All right, y'all. I'm gonna get in real quick and talk about this Josh Taylor. Um, I was talking about Josh Taylor potentially becoming the. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get in real quick and talk about this. Becoming the mandatory for Bud Crawford should he choose to move up. Just a bunch of stuff that is out there in the way of the potential showdown between Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford. Um, I just got off from over there on Main Man. Shout out to Main Man, Made Man. He was alive. I called in. A couple other people called in. Had some good calls. Main Man cooked as usual. But just something that was on my chest that I wanted to get off. You know what I'm saying? Something that was at the forefront of my mind. I wanted to try to get it off. So this is a quicker way for me to go ahead and get this out and upload it to my channel or get it on my channel rather than sit here and try to piece together a little video and then upload and go through that whole process because it's late and I need to go ahead and lay it on down here pretty shortly. But what I wanted to say about the whole situation with with Josh Taylor. Taylor has the Catterall fight to defend his undisputed status at 140 pounds, and that fight already was pushed back one time, so it's supposed to go forward in February. Should that fight happen, I don't see Josh Taylor having a quick turnaround within a few months to fight Bud Crawford because Bud, pretty much he needs to fight somewhere around March, April, Mayish time frame. Blue 36 salute, man, what's going on? He needs to fight somewhere along that time frame. So I just don't see Josh Taylor being ready to make that quicker turnaround. And a lot of people are talking about, well, Josh Taylor being the undisputed champion can move up to the WBO rankings and push for that mandatory spot. That could be the case, but even if he got that mandatory position, we're talking about a position that he'll have, and that fight wouldn't be forced for quite a while because Bud Crawford just defended his WBO title versus a mandatory in Sean Porter. So that mandatory, they wouldn't turn around and enforce a mandatory right away, or it wouldn't make sense for them to do so. It would kind of be a unprecedented type movement for them to do that. But that being said, I'm not terribly mad at the fight. I hear names, kicked around for Bud Crawford, and a lot of guys that I've mentioned are coming off of layoffs or coming off losses. And I've been wanting to say that, I felt like Terrence Crawford's last few opponents have been handpicked by people who, been basically talking down on him, saying, or he needs to do this, he needs to do that, he needs to do more. And he fought the people that they said they wanted him to fight, and then when he beat them, they made excuses. So it's like at this point, what I'm saying? Like, man, just get a stay busy fight. I personally would like for it to be a solid opponent. I have no issue with the boost in his fight. Have no issue with Josh Taylor. I just don't see Josh Taylor being in a position to have a fight, turn around that fast and have another fight, unless he just scraps the Catterall fight, vacates, and then goes to fight Bud. But that doesn't really make sense because, the Catterall fights in Scotland, he tends to, what I'm saying, he's probably going to pack the place out over there. And, I think it's in Scotland or in the UK somewhere, but he'll probably be in a good position to, do well from a financial standpoint for that fight. My main thing is I just don't see him being in a position to get the Bud fight. Not a fight I'm clamoring for at this point. I liked it a while back when it was kicked around, but at this point it's like, man, I'm to the point that I just want to see Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford get in the ring. I'm glad that it's for Undisputed now, or that it would be for Undisputed should Spence beat Ugas. But even more so, I'm all for whoever has all the belts at 147, mix it up in the very next fight after Spence and Ugas fight. because at the end of the day, for me, I care more about seeing the undisputed fight at 147 at this point than I do about certain fighters being the two fighters holding all the belts. Now, that being said, I'm still going to want to see Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford at some point. So I'd much rather it be for undisputed next. Hopefully we get there. I'm not of the belief that, like I said many times, I'm not of the belief that either guy is afraid of the fight. What's up, Martin Nash? Either guy's afraid of the fight, but I feel like it's one of those situations where you just got, a lot of politics in the way. You got the suits doing, certain things to hold up the fight. And they just, honestly, they don't feel like we do about the fight. They don't think the fight is as big as we feel like it is. And I think that's been the biggest holdup. But I definitely don't want to see Josh Taylor, put in a position where they're forcing Bud to fight him at some mandatory should he decide to move up to 147 when Bud just fought his mandatory. So, that's really my position on the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? I see a few people trying to file in, and I appreciate it. But hey, I appreciate that plug for my Facebook group, Martin Nash. I see a few people filing in. I see the numbers going up, but I just really want to get in here right quick and just, put this down because, like I said, it's easier for me to do it this way than to go through the trouble trying to upload a video at this point. You know what I'm saying? I actually got to delete a lot of videos on my phone, so I need to dump them into a file in the cloud or something, so I have room to do more recording on my phone because I've actually maxed out my memory card and my main memory on my phone. That's why I hadn't really been uploading a lot because it's not every day that I get a chance to just sit down in front of the computer and and make videos. So right now I'm sitting in front of my computer doing this live. But like I said, I just wanted to get this out. I just don't see Josh Taylor derailing the Bud Crawford versus Spence fight. Don't see him. I really don't see him as the next opponent. You know what I'm saying? Either way, it just doesn't seem like it's going to line up time wise. And quite frankly, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who Bud is going to fight, but you know what I'm saying? I expect it to be somebody that's going to push him. I just don't see Bud being the type of guy that just brings some dude in as cannon fodder just to say he stayed busy. But at the end of the day, like L-Dub said, the name of the game is to stay active. That's the key. Maybe he said the key is to stay active, but that's important. That's paramount. These guys need to get active, stay active, and you know what I'm saying, and really, you know what I'm saying, make sure they come into these fights sharp, because you go into a fight lagging or staying on the couch a couple of weeks too long or whatever, you know what I'm saying, might mess around and show up on fight night stale or not your best self and end up in for a big surprise. So I'm pushing for Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford next. I have no objection to Errol Spence, versus your Dennis Ugas, which is what we got. And I have no objection to the fight that a lot of non-Terrence Crawford fans seem to be pushing, which is for him to fight Boots Ennis. I have no objection to that fight either. I can understand why that fight isn't the right fight right now for either guy, but if that's the fight they make, then that's the fight they make, and we'll see how it comes together. But I don't expect that fight to happen either, to be honest. I just don't know. I mean, I'm kind of, I'm just scratching my head at who's going to be next, like a lot of people. And, but I honestly don't want to see Bud sit on the couch. Well, I know Bud's not going to be on the couch, but y'all know what I'm saying. I don't want to see Bud inactive waiting on Errol Spence Jr. to, waiting on Errol Spence Jr. to get his, to get his fight with Ugas out of the way, because we don't even know what the outcome of that fight is going to be. But I'm not going to get into all that. That's another video for another time, or another live stream for another time. Hey, thank y'all for stopping through, man. I really appreciate it. I know, it's late just about everywhere in the U.S. right now. So I appreciate those of you who came through, gave to me, a little bit of time to hear what I got to say. Listen to me talk about a little boxing, which, probably it ain't the hottest subject in the world right now, but it's just something that I was thinking about and I keep hearing. And I really wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I really wanted to speak on it because it's one of those things that, you know what I'm saying? It's creeping up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people talking about it. And you know what I'm saying? And there's some people who, you know, really and truly, genuinely feel like, you know what I'm saying? Really and truly feel like, you know, Josh Taylor is really going to be the next opponent for Terrence Crawford. So with that being said, you know, we'll just have to see. But I honestly don't feel like you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like that's gonna be the case. But you know, if it is, it is. But that's all I got on it. D-Lo 404 Boxing. Y'all like, share, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I'm trying to push to that you know, get to that 1,000 mark. See what that does for my channel. I'd appreciate y'all helping me get there. That's all I got on it. D-Lo 404 Boxing. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm out.